When the Skydome first opened in 1989, it was a state-of-the-art stadium in the MLB, being the first with a fully retractable roof and included a lot of amenities that were not yet introduced to other ballparks. It was something other teams envied about the Blue Jays. But as time grew on, more and more teams started to invest in renovations and new stadiums. It just seemed like Rogers Center was left in the dust. They didn't have the uniqueness of a pool like the Diamondbacks or a train like the Astros. That's why it's a huge deal that the stadium is receiving these massive changes. Unfortunately, I do not live close to Toronto, and I probably won't be able to see a game for a long time, but I sure hope all of you that are close plan to take a trip to the stadium soon because it looks absolutely incredible. There is no more boring cookie-cutter wall, a bullpen that you can't even see into, and the no man's land between the outfield seating and the field. Along with these changes, there have been numerous points of interest added all over in the new outfield district. But firstly, I want to focus on my favorite part of the renovations, the new field dimensions. Before, it was symmetrical all around, and while symmetry is great in most cases, having different dimensions for each stadium is something that makes the MLB so unique. Football, basketball, and hockey all follow standardized sizes, but baseball has, of course, within reason, a free range to do what they like with the layout of the field. And dropping the center field wall from 10 feet to 8 feet, we already got to witness Kevin Kiermaier rob a home run in the first few innings of the home opener. We can't expect this every night, but it was without a doubt the most eye-catching moment of the game. I'd also like to note that I believe the Jays made these renovations with the thought of their team's strengths in mind. Let me explain. We saw the Orioles push their left field wall back 30 feet and raise it another 5 in an attempt to stop the excessive amounts of home runs and improve their team ERA. And it worked. They went from the most in the majors in 2021 at 277 home runs to 23rd in 2022 with only 152 home runs. Of course, this affects the Orioles hitting as well, but the team had a 31-win improvement and opponents hit the least amount of home runs in Camden Yards since 2014. It also helped the team go from a 6 ERA to a 3.73. John Means, who is a starter for the O's, also believes that the new dimensions allowed for the pitchers to be more confident on the mound and was a driving factor in their success. It's silly to say that the 31-win improvement the O's had was because of this, but it definitely played in their favor and did exactly what they wanted it to do. And I think that's what the Jays are doing right now. Think about it, the wall is moving in practically everywhere, and especially in right center field, significantly helped guys like Brandon Belt and Dalton Varsho. He had 27 home runs last year and were all hit to this part of the ballpark. This now allows players like Vlad, Bo, and Chapman to slightly miss a pitch but still hit it out. And all of these guys are opposite field hitting machines. Now you're probably saying this affects the pitchers too, and yes, you are right, but the Jays have been loading up on ground ball pitchers the past few years, most notably Chris Bassett this past offseason. To me, it sounds like the Jays had planned to make this change for a while now, and that is why they loaded up on these types of pitchers. This change won't be the decisive factor in winning a World Series, but throughout the year, it can definitely help the Jays win a few more games. Exactly what we saw in Baltimore. Easily my second favorite part of the renovations has to be the bullpen. It looks incredible, honestly one of the best in the big leagues. And I'm not the only one who thinks this either. Detroit Tigers manager AJ Hinch stated that the players would love the new pen and labeled it as one of the best they've been to. And the facilities beneath it were also a key addition because it isn't very common with visiting bullpens. Of course, being this close, there are some negatives, and we saw that on day one when a fan threw a beer can at the Tigers players. So maybe there needs to be a little more protection, but you live and you learn. It might be something the Jays add as the season goes on. Lastly, I want to briefly go over the new outfield district. For only $20, you have access to all these different places. The Corona rooftop bar serves up all Corona brand products and classic MLB sandwiches. Park Social is a place for people of all ages to hang out and sports a big menu with the bacon, pepper, grilled cheese, and Oreo churros headlining it. The Catch Bar is the perfect place for handcrafted cocktails and sandwiches. The stop has diverse selections of food such as Jamaican beef patties and banh mi sandwiches. Schneider's Porch is a place inspired by Jays manager John Schneider and has the selection of different hot dog options. Also, I was joking, it is not named after John Schneider. Moving on, Rogers Landing is right next to the visiting bullpen and is a great view to watch the game. The WestJet flight deck has a brew-style menu and many drink options. And lastly, the outfield seating got massive changes with a new balcony in left and bleachers in right. So what do you guys think early on with these new renovations? And anyone who has been to a game so far, what'd you think? And if you are a Blue Jays fan, then make sure to subscribe. I'll be posting all season long and you're surely not going to want to miss out. Thank you guys for all the support, and I'll see you in the next video.